1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Big Gun, keep my favorite.
What's up, nerds and nerdettes and wee little nerdlings all? It's your buddy Big Johnny G for 2 Gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming. My number 5 favorite Marvel game. Captain Marvel, Secret Scrolls. So this game is basically Bang the card game meets Marvel. I'm a huge fan of Bang. I love Bang. Dice game preferably, but card game is just as good almost. They're both fun, fantastic games. And this is a Marvel skin of it, using Captain Marvel and the war with the Skrulls, the secret war, the secret identity war, right, of the Skrulls. That's perfect timing. That is perfect timing, since we are going to be getting a Disney Plus Marvel series based on this. So even though this game is a couple of years old, I still think the timing is really cool for this. Now, this is a social deduction game. Basically, everyone knows who one player is, the sheriff for Bang, in this case, Captain Marvel, but nobody else knows who anybody else is other than themselves. You know who you are, but you don't know who the two sitting next to you are. And same thing, they can say the same thing. They know themselves, but they don't know you or the person on the other side. And some people are there to help Captain Marvel, and some people are there to not help Captain Marvel. And it's really hard to figure out who. The hidden traitor aspect, betrayal style of this, and with a large player count needed for it, it makes for maybe a little bit of a low ball number, but still makes for a good party game. 6-8 people, that would be great for this game. You wouldn't want to play this with less than 5. Even 5 itself is a little bit iffy, but if you can get that down that low of a number, at least have an odd number. But yeah, this game is perfect for all that. It's fast paced. The action in this game, the card playing in this game happens. Well, it can potentially happen at almost breakneck speed. There's very little time needed to figure out what to do, because after you go, while the other players are going, it gives you more than enough time to know what's going to be played next, unless somebody does something that makes you change your mind on who is who. Then, of course, you would have to change up your tactics, your plans, your strategy, but it does. Everything is geared for this game to continue on a pretty fast pace. And that's great for a game. At least a game like this, I think that's great. And the art style in this game is completely Marvel. It feels like Marvel. I don't think it's ripped from actual Marvel pages, but if it's not done by actual Marvel artists, then they found some really great artists to do in the Marvel style. And it shows. The amount of dedication and love that I think that is found in the art for this game definitely shows that they cared about it. It's not just a simple slap Marvel onto Bang, reissue, reskin. I think between the rules and the art, definitely some thought had been put into this game, and I appreciate that. Overall, I gotta say that I think, personally, this game makes for a great and fun family-style bluffing game. It's Marvel, so it's going to keep the kids entertained, and probably the adults as well. And the bluffing and social deduction aspect of it is something that the adults will probably understand, and there'll be a concept then, a gaming concept, that they're able to teach the kids to give them a deeper understanding of more board game styles. But again, like I said, this is Marvel, so the parents and especially the kids, I think, are definitely going to love this game. If you're a Marvel fan and you're looking for a game that's family-friendly, family-plus style game, I think this is something you should take a look at. Maybe try the game out if you get a chance to play it, or watch a playthrough of it to help you make up your mind. But yeah, go. If you're looking for a family fun Marvel game that doesn't take too long to play, fast setup time and easy rules, I think you're going to want to start with Captain Marvel Secret Scrolls. Those are the reasons why it's my number 5 favorite Marvel board game. 4. My number 4 favorite Marvel board game, Marvel Flux. This is another great family Marvel game. This is a fast game to play again. This is another game that's easy to learn. In fact, Flux really only has one rule. At least when you start the game, there's only one rule. But like the title of the game, things happen, and this game is always in a state of flux. From between rules of how you're playing cards, how you're collecting cards, to different goals that will be ever-changing during the course of the game in order for you to figure out how to win the game. And just as you get all the cards you need, someone changes the goal on you. Why? Because it's always in a state of flux. The art is fantastic. It's beautiful. It looks so Marvel. I enjoy looking at this game. And this game is going to keep me interested and has kept me interested, I think, more than the other Flux games have. Now, something that sometimes works, sometimes doesn't work, you'll have to mix and match and see for yourselves, is the mixing of Flux games. Since they really all use pretty much the same rule to run the game, it's not difficult to mix and match. So maybe the Marvel could cross over with something like, let's say, Star Trek or Doctor Who, because they both have Flux decks. Maybe even Marvel meets Monty Python. Yeah, I know, that's a little silly, but hey, why not? It can happen. And when they come out with a DC Flux game, I think you see where that's going to go. So this game is such fun to play, so much fun to mix. It works on so many levels. Fast-paced, easy to learn, quick setup game that's perfect for any family, especially if there's Marvel fans in the family. So those are the reasons why Marvel Flux has become my number 4 favorite Marvel game. My number 3 favorite Marvel game, Thanos Rising. Oh yes, Thanos, the Mad Titan himself, and a game. Oh, and this is the Thanos board game. This could have been called the Marvel Universe versus Thanos. It is so thick with Marvel characters. And that definitely helps make the game a lot more fun. In a sense, this game feels like it's reliving the old Thanos Quest graphic novels. Because in this game, he's attempting to acquire the gems so he can use the gems and put them in the Infinity Gauntlet. And, well, you know what he does when he gets the Infinity Gauntlet, and it's working. So this game is going to bring all those heroes together. Pretty much every major hero you've heard of or know is represented in these cards. And the cards are used there exactly to represent the heroes, tell you what the heroes can do, how they can help you alter dice when you get them on your team. And this game is, at its heart, a dice chucking game. And I love chucking dice. And the more heroes that you save and therefore recruit, the more dice you're going to get to use, and the different ways you're going to get to sort of change, alter, mitigate these rolls a little bit. And all of that is highly important to winning the game. You can't win the game without manipulating the dice rolls. I just love dice. The rules for this are easy. They're easy to learn, they're easy to teach, and they're family-friendly, they're kid-friendly. It's Marvel. Of course it's going to be, to a degree, kid and family-friendly, right? That's what they're pushing this for. And it shows. The art in this is fantastic also. It's beautiful. All the pieces in this. There's 2 boards, 2 round boards. One of them, the battle board, where all the heroes that you're going to be trying to recruit / save from Thanos' minions are. And then there's a second board, which is just the Infinity Gauntlet board. Another round board, and has such cool little Infinity Crystals, gems that you're going to be winning over and trying to keep away from the gauntlet. And there's rules to what happens when he gets 1 or more in the damn gauntlet. This really does cover so much, so many aspects, possibilities, concepts, and thoughts of Thanos and the Infinity Gauntlet. It's absolutely beautiful. The game, when you finish playing this game, you feel like you've just played through a Marvel graphic novel. Oh, most definitely do. This is probably the best, #1 Thanos-based Marvel game I've ever seen. And outside of that, it is definitely, as you can see, in what I think is the top 5. Actually, in this case, #3. And these are the reasons why it's #3 on my list of favorite Marvel board games. My #2 favorite Marvel board game. Just squeaking in under the wire here is Marvel Zombies. This honestly has got to be the most beautifully crafted Marvel miniatures I've ever seen for a board game. And if you're even just a halfway decent painter, you're going to make these figures look like 3D comic book drawings come to life. But even if you don't paint them, the detail that has so lovingly been put into these is amazing and apparent at first glance. And it's not just the minis. I mean, everything about this board game looks fantastic. The amount of thought and time and energy that was put into this, trying to do it honor, it shows. And of course, I appreciate that. Now, this itself is based on one of the most original and influential Marvel graphic series comics that had ever been done. It was originally done by the creator of The Walking Dead. He brought him on specifically to do this. And this concept, this idea, much like the Marvel Zombies themselves, just won't die. From the comic books to Disney Plus cartoon to the board game. These zombies seem more alive, these heroes seem more alive now that they're zombies than they were when they were, well, alive. Now, this gaming world is absolutely huge. Completely huge. It has so many. It has like 10 or 11 expansions that launched with this Kickstarter. Some of them are Kickstarter exclusives. Most of them are not. And altogether, these games bring in, each of these expansions do bring in slightly different rules. Like the core game is you playing as a Marvel zombie and some of the living heroes and bystanders getting in the way and trying to stop you. And then the X-Men Resistance one, you're playing living heroes trying to stop NPC zombies. And then there's the Sinister Six Pack, which allows team and team fights between team zombies and team living. Altogether, between those, the Guardians Pack, the Hydra Pack, the FF Pack, there's so many heroes, villains, and they're cut in both. Almost every single zombie Marvel hero has a living counterpart, card, and miniature. What I'm getting to here is you can literally use these rules not so much as a Marvel Zombies the board game, but as a Marvel Universe board game. Yes, the set adventures and quests that come with it are all zombie-based from one side of the story or another. But you could very easily create your own stories for this. You can keep the zombies out, put the zombies in. You could make an entire team of Marvel versus Hydra living and have the players have fun with this. This is Marvel Universe, the board game. Oh, and it also does come with a 2-foot-tall Galactus mini. If I didn't mention that or show that yet. And he has an interchangeable head and arm, so if you want regular Galactus or zombie Galactus, you got either one. It's absolutely insane. Everything about this game is beautifully, magnificently, absolutely insane. The amount of replayability in this game is uncountable. It is unfathomable how many times you could play this game and never play it the same way twice. Even playing through the same exact scenarios, it's not going to play the same way twice. I think this game, like so many games nowadays, replayability doesn't seem to be a huge problem that much anymore. Every game seems to have some levels of replayability. And in this, those levels are really quite freaking high. This may be the best and greatest Marvel miniature game they've come out with yet. And there are several, but this seems to capture everything. Everything you could possibly want to do in every different storyline. And it with the expansions, you literally have almost the entire Marvel Universe at your hands, at your disposal, right there. What the hell else more could you ask for? So yeah, those are the reasons why Marvel Zombies is my number 2 favorite Marvel game. My number 1 favorite Marvel game to play. Marvel Champions, the card game. Oh yeah, this is still number 1. Maybe more playthroughs. Zombies might take its place next year. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, definitely. Marvel Champions, the card game, brings everything that I could want, I could expect in a Marvel game right there. The only thing it doesn't bring is the miniature combat experience. But it brings so much else to the game, and it is so vast already, and there's no signs that it's slowing down. There are so many plans for it. There are so many things out for it now. You have quite a huge selection of heroes and villains to choose from. There's besides the official extras and expansions, there's also a small, thriving Etsy community based on Marvel Champions, the card game also, that they really make some amazing secondary and tertiary pieces, tokens, etc. For the game, including very needed things, I think, such as like dividers and inlay trays. This game is so much that it brings to the table, quite literally so much that it brings to the table. Nothing is ever going to be the same game twice. Using the same heroes, the same villains, the same scenarios and setups, it's never going to be anything but a completely different experience from one game to the next. There's so many heroes out right now, I guarantee you at least somebody in your top 3 favorite Marvel heroes of all time are probably going to be in there, unless you like really obscure people like Slapstick and, I don't know, Speedball and Brother Voodoo. Actually, Brother Voodoo's in the game. He doesn't have a deck, but he's in the Doctor Strange deck as an ally, so yeah, even he's in this. And we got Spider-Ham. This game is going to bring you every single Marvel comic book battle experience you could possibly want or desire or not even know that you want or desire. This is going to bring it's going to bring you so many hours of fun. I think that if you're looking for Marvel games, these 5 I've mentioned are great. But out of all of them, if you don't have any of these games, the number 1 to take a look at, my number 1 favorite Marvel game of all time, Marvel Champions, the card game.